What is going on, you guys? And I hope everyone had a wonderful day and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone. If you celebrate it, and happy holidays and Happy New Year and all that wonderful stuff. I am watching a video from Antonio Speaks. I'm so disappointed because I had a previous video, which go through, but it did not go through. But that's neither here or there. But I'm about to watch another video of his. It's called "Rappers Selling Out the Black Community," and I'm so disappointed in Nicki Minaj Lewinsky. You do something to the party, you know. It just comes to show you, like, you know, who people really are, you know. But yeah, we'll have to watch Rappers Selling Out the Black Community. Sit back, relax, and let's watch.
Today we're going to be talking about a lot of rappers and how they are some of the biggest sellouts. The whole rap game is in shambles right now. You know, I recently did a video on the whole rap fatigue situation. It's not real, by the way, but I can say that a lot of people are tired of the mainstream rappers. And that is a whole different, you know, reason right there. So, Kodak Black, we're going to be talking about him first.
I love y'all from Africa too. I just hate the Africans who act like y'all better than love and like we y'all Africans should have never sold us, bro. Bro, you know, people, bro, why you think slavery go good, bro? I'm not mad at slavery, bro, cause white people enslaving people too. You know what, bro? Black people, bro, we pussy as bro. I'ma say that.
Kodak, bro, have you ever opened up a history book or even did some research for yourself? The whole theory that Africans sold other Africans, bro, it is not true at all. Let's go to school right fast. This right here is a picture of Africa before it was invaded by Europeans. You see, just like now, Africans didn't view all of them the same. And let me give you a better example. In Europe, you had the British, the French, the Spaniards. They were all white, but they didn't consider themselves all white. Africa was the same way. Now let's go back to the picture. As you can see, there are multiple different, you know, cliques, tribes, communities, whatever you want to call them. And by the way, Africa is extremely huge, okay? The way they put it on the map does not give it justice. Now, the same way the Europeans were battling each other and, you know, fighting for goods, economics, whatever the reason is, the same thing was happening in Africa. So when these different tribes would battle with each other, the losers would get taken as slaves. Now, this is the thing. The slavery that was practiced during this time versus chattel slavery are completely different. Majority of the time, the slavery that was going on in Africa was pretty much like indentured servants. It was nowhere near as brutal. You could work your way out, pay your way out, and it was just a common practice at the time, not justifying it, by the way. Chattel slavery, on the other hand, we all know how bad and brutal it was. 400 years of that non-stop, you couldn't get out. I'm talking about we was getting aid fed to alligators, like y'all know this stuff. Now, I am Black American, but I always give my props and my roots tied back to Africa. One thing I hate about a lot of these FBA dudes, or whatever you want to call them, they love flexing that 10% of European DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes are no different from a lot of the white supremacists. They colorists. They love saying that I don't look African. Whole time they be looking African as hell. And like I said, it just seems like they're flexing that 10% of European DNA. And I want to say another thing. Contrary to belief, the Africans actually did try to fight to get us back. They don't teach you that, though. Why would they?
Fortunately, the U.S. school system has done a terrible job teaching us Black history. But yes, there were literal wars over the slave trade fought between Africans and Europeans, both on the continent and in the diaspora. I'm talking centuries of wars and battles over the slave trade. And actually, African leaders did come to the United States during the Civil Rights Movement and welcomed African Americans to the continent as well.
Hello everyone, my name is Taharka Ade, an Africologist, scholar of Africa and the African diaspora. And many of you might have heard the notion espoused that Africans never looked for other Africans that were stolen away in the Atlantic slave trade. However, the truth is that Africans searched, paid ransoms, wrote kings, wrote governors, crossed oceans, and literally risked their lives to rescue people stolen away in the European trade of enslaved Africans. Here are a few examples. King Nyambana of Sierra Leone tried to rescue 3 relatives of his sold away to the West Indies. A leader in Guinea-Bissau wrote to the King of Portugal trying to rescue someone of importance to him. And King Gezo of Dahomey sent a delegation to the Americas to rescue someone believed to be his mother, and had her returned. But it wasn't just kings and people in high places. For example, Shade Richards recalls the story of how his grandfather traveled from Africa all the way to Georgia in order to rescue his son Alfred, though both men did not survive the journey. There's also the story of a father from Timbo who spent 4 years trying to recover his son Amado. Another story involves an ordinary man begging the governor to help free his friend Famara, as well as a young boy who had been sent away. Fathers crossing oceans, friends petitioning governors, people paying any ransom they could to return their loved ones back home. But I feel it's important to note that for ordinary Africans in this period, crossing the Atlantic to retrieve a loved one would have been very, very difficult, and many would not have survived the journey. For more information on this, including more details on the information I've shared with you in this video, I encourage you to read Fighting the Slave Trade by Sivian Juf.
Now, y'all, let's get back on the topic of rappers and selling out. Young Thug.
I feel like I always wanted to do this type of music, and then I feel like rappers are like weird like space right now, because it just seems like everybody beefing, and it's just like some of the biggest, two of the biggest artists in the world, like Clash, and a lot of like the fucking ripple effect that came out. Weird. I feel like it's time. I feel like we gotta like take it to the next level. We gotta level up, like AI, it's just so much, everything in the world leveling up, except hip-hop. Like, niggas being like worse, like
Everything leveling up but hip-hop. Maybe just your music, buddy. You know, people have, the real rappers, they've been spitting. This is the same guy that dropped the album with him having a white face. He then had a song of him spamming the N-word with the hard R. And just to add icing on the cake, once he dropped the song in the album, he hopped on a Aiden Ross stream. So he already knew the audience that he was trying to garner. Racist ass white kids talking about the rap needs to level up. Nigga, you got out of jail and started dropping bullshit. Now another rapper, y'all, 21 Savage. He started this whole movement on Twitter that I can kind of get behind, but I'm going to just explain my problem with it. So for one, he went on Twitter and basically started telling like a lot of people to squash their beef. As you can see, he added Gunna and Young Thug. He said, y'all fix that. Y'all love each other. You knew Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told the first time and we subbed it under the rug for you. You knew he wasn't trying to leave you to hang. If the streets, we ain't get nothing but trauma from that. Over 48,000 likes. He also added Quavo and Offset. Y'all tell the world I put y'all in a group text and told y'all squash it before it even got far. If y'all was still together, y'all would be unstoppable. And you know, he just went on a whole, like, I guess trying to make peace with everybody. Future, I apologize, my brother, I should have called you first, yada, yada, yada. I mean, it's a good thing, but it just feels performative. Like, why would you bring this to Twitter? Like, just keep it in, you know? And he said something interesting in that Young Thug tweet. He said, F the streets. He started a whole movement, a whole bunch of rappers started, you know, saying the same thing. We had Herbo, Pooh Shiesty, Young Thug even said this. And it's a cool movement to get behind, but words without actions mean nothing. And I'm gonna be so 100. If y'all saying F the streets, what are y'all going to rap about now? 21 Savage, what are you going to rap about now? You know, I don't want to hear you rap about shooting nobody after this.
I say this carefully because I know how the internet gets. But when rappers, especially mainstream rappers, start saying fuck the streets, I think that's lazy and I think it's dangerous. Not because the streets are good, not because the streets don't destroy lives, but because words without plans don't liberate people, they abandon them.
Hey, preach, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Preach, my brother. That's what I was trying to articulate the best way, because I don't want to sound ignorant. Oh, you out here advocating? No, it's not. That's not the point. It's like, y'all ain't. I can say don't do something, but then I still do it. That don't mean that I'm making a change. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the problem. When a rapper who's made it out says fuck the streets, the message doesn't land on politicians, city council, or systems. It lands on the kids still in it. And to them, it doesn't sound like growth. It sounds like I got mine, you're on your
own.
That's different from accountability. That's disassociation. And disassociation feels empowering to the person who is...
Instead, tell them, like, you know, it's other ways out the street instead of what I was rapping about. But you are, like I say, you done got yours, now you getting about, like, no. Like G Herbo talking about F the streets. Bruh, you damn near made the whole drill era, my boy. Come on, man. That shit is so disingenuous, bruh.
Escape, but devastating to the people still trapped. Because now the streets aren't just dangerous, they're worthless. And once you tell people they're worthless, they stop trying to protect anything. That's how you get more violence, not less. Here's the other issue. Fuck the streets sounds revolutionary, but it actually avoids responsibility.
Right.
It skips the hard part. The hard part is saying I survived something broken, and now I have a responsibility not to romanticize it or abandon it. There's a difference between rejecting lifestyles and rejecting the people shaped by it. You can say, I don't glorify street culture anymore. That's growth. You can say, I don't want kids thinking this is the only way. That's leadership.
Right.
But when you just say, fuck the streets with no follow-up, no plan, no framework, that's not wisdom. That's a mic drop with no cleanup. And we've seen better ways to do this, real examples. You don't have to fund every block to be responsible. You don't have to save everybody. But you can redirect without shitting on people. Some artists stop using street talk in their music entirely and pivot to ownership, business, and family narratives. That's silent leadership. Others invest in trade programs, recording studios, or local businesses that hire people who would otherwise be written off. That's practical help. Some mentor behind the scenes and never post it. That's maturity. Notice what they don't do. They don't insult the environment that shaped them just to prove they've outgrown it. Because growth doesn't require disrespect. Growth requires replacement. If you're done with the streets, cool. But what are you replacing them with? What's the alternative you're offering? Because tearing down an identity without offering a new one creates confusion. And confused people don't heal, they spiral. So no, the answer isn't stay loyal to the streets. And it's not fuck the streets either. The answer is, I understand where I came from, I understand why it's broken, and I'm intentional about not feeding the cycle. And that's how you evolve without erasing people. That's how you escape without slamming the door behind you. And that's how influence actually becomes leadership.
Listen, my message to all of my young black men, bro, stop looking up to all of these entertainers, shit, even content creators. There are so many ways to make it in America, bro. Get you a trade, becoming a plumber, electrician. Like, college is great. Don't let anybody tell you that shit, bro. Like, it's so many ways to get it, man. I do videos all the time highlighting a lot of positivity within the black community, man. I've been seeing so many black pilots, black doctors, black dentists, and it's like, bro, we can do anything, man. Our ancestors fought for us to do this shit. No more talking, though, man. If y'all want to see something similar to this, go check out this video right here, man.
Shout out my brother. Yeah, I learned something new. I didn't know that some of the Africans trying to rescue their people. Some Africans trying to rescue their people along the way. And coming from these rappers, for that Black 21 Savage, like, come on, I was taking them serious. But yeah, instead of F in the streets, fix the streets. There are multiple ways to not just leave something you were from left behind. Instead of F the streets, fix the streets. Do something new. Something new. Talking about something new in your music. Level up in your music. Level up. Level up. Yeah, so that was wait, I'm reading this comment here that say slavery wasn't bad when you never been, you were from sunrise to sundown. Oh, right. Unfortunate, yeah. Yeah, that's the God bless my ancestors. God bless. God bless, yeah. So that was Rappers Who Sell Out. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, wonderful day, wonderful time. Remember, stay grateful, stay blessed. Till next time. Peace.